So removing Denuvo from Devil May Cry 5 is reportedly improving performance upwards to the tune of 25 or 20 FPS. I almost said 25, wrong number. The thing here is that with the launch of Devil May Cry 5, Capcom accidentally released a version of the launcher that launched the game sans Denuvo, and users were reporting huge performance increases. And these are the kind of things that get me excited, especially when testing new games, is because I want to see what kind of performance we get with these new games. So, of course, I had the game downloaded earlier today, and I was out and I saw this news and was going to get started on the performance evaluation whenever I got back to the office. And I got back, and instead of fighting with the individual GPU performance, I wanted to jump right into Denuvo, since I had gotten the files from somebody before they were they were gone, like Capcom got rid of them. So what I did was, first off, we loaded on our Z370 test bench with the i9-9900K at 5 gigahertz and 16 gigs of DDR4 3200. Needed to get that out of the way real quick. But first thing that we did was, I was originally going to start with a 2060 and Vega 56. Then I thought, you know what? No, let me do the 580 and the 1060. So I started with the 1060. I didn't see any real difference between the two. So I was like, okay, maybe this isn't the right file. So I double, triple checked. Yeah, it was the right file. It was launching. And that's what you're seeing on screen right now. But one thing I wanted to point out was the settings that I used. All of the variable settings were disabled. So ambient occlusion, some of the other settings, they all have variable versions. So I disabled those because I don't believe you should test with variables. So when you have variable settings, you get variable results, and I prefer to get consistent results. So maybe that's something that's playing into that. So I thought, well, I'm going to leave those disabled, but maybe what I'll do is put a bigger bottleneck on the CPU. So we're going to do still 1080p, and I'm going to step up from the 1060 all the way to the 2080 Ti, because surely that will start to bottleneck, because it does. The game is only using 4 threads or 4 CPU cores. Really, there we go. I'm going to get a bottleneck here, and that's where we're at now. And you can see this running on the screen, and really, once again there was no difference, and I was starting to get kind of frustrated at this point. So I thought, you know what? Just because there's no difference here, maybe I've really got to crank down this CPU, this bottleneck. But I don't want to go down to like 2 cores, because that's kind of crazy. So we took it down to 4 cores and ran them all at 3 gigahertz. So huge clock speed reduction, huge core count reduction. And whenever we started running it, which we'll go ahead and throw that up now, you can see that there was there's a huge bottleneck that's just flat out. But trying to see which one bottlenecks, which one less, and there we go. It's a wash. It really is a wash. Do I think that some people out there are getting performance benefits? Most likely. But there's a difference between saying I got X FPS and then now I get Y, and I'm using variable settings. We don't know if those variable settings are going into effect there. It's a big difference. Screenshots are really hard to get overall performance, and you can see with this game, the frame rate fluctuates a lot. So I don't know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you guys experienced it? Has anybody tried this for themselves and seen results? If you've got videos, you know what? If you've got videos that show really wild results, go ahead and link those down in the description, or the comment section. We'll get those approved so that we can all share and look around and see who's getting big benefits. But for me right now, I'm going to get back into testing the game performance, and I'm going to be doing it with the regular version of the game that everybody's going to be playing. So if you want to see those results, stick around for a while. Make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell. This has been Keith with WCCF Tech TV. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you in the next one.